I want to know your perspective on the American college experience and the American school experience, and how does it compare to your, if you remember your education system, your experience of education system in India? Because I believe I can guarantee and tell you doubt, every parent in India is always curious about the school system, the college system in America versus India.
Isn't it so nice, Mohit? Education has become so big in our country.
Yes, it's
I'm
absolutely huge
so
now.
proud of that. I'll give you this small story. When we go to India in our corporate Diwali retreat, we take a trip to Taj Mahal, the Taj Mahal in Agra. And year after year, last 4 years when I've been going in, the last 3 years, I've been seeing, big groups of school kids coming in as field trips, and walking so beautifully, disciplined, understanding the culture, education of our heritage, right? It gave me so much happiness to my soul. It gave me so much sense of pride of my country that, we are prioritizing education as one of our key components of progress, right? Um, Today, I'm so proud to say that I don't know the percentile, but a very high percentage of foreign students come from our country, supporting the American education system. And I think it's a big win, it's a big learning, and it's a big opening up of the global um, education system to the world. Now, personally, I'm going to tell you this, which I barely say in front of many people, but I'm so happy to share this that if there was one thing I would go back in history and change in my life, which is such a big question, is I wish I was born in this country
Oh,
for the education it can offer to academic failures like us, to people who are dreamers, who are creators, who are also allowed to learn in a different way and are accepted in society, not just in society, but in their personal journey of education. So I always say this, Mohit, that education today has become a very personalized, requirement because there's so much
absolutely.
out, right? There is just so much out there that, the number one thing is, I always say this is, especially after, going through our daughter's, education process, is that we need to prioritize what our children need.
Mhm.
We need to find the little gift they have and what they want to do. And I think that is my biggest message to our Indian parenting system, our culture, our country, that as much as we want our children to thrive, I think the beauty is when we allow them to pursue what they want to dream and what they want to do.
Hmm.
Thanks to God's
That's
grace today,
absolutely.
right? And today I feel like there are so many opportunities of learning, not just in the US, but all over the world. The world is opening towards education, right? And I think United States is an absolute leader. Personally, also, I'll tell you this. I was so proud that I was selected as one of the very few women entrepreneur leaders for Cornell Ivy League, system certification. And when that came about, and I was committed in their 1 year program, and I started to get a first hand feeling of the education system, on leadership. And that changed everything for me at that moment. That it's not just about just the number of educational institutions America possesses. It's about, the way they teach, the learning. I also feel like it's so practical. It's so adjusting to what you want to be. It also gives you a deeper understanding of the world, It's not just about a book, it's about how the book applies to your surrounding, to your world.
Hmm.
And how are you contributing also? your contribution is so celebrated here in educational fields that I feel like you are actually selected for what you want to be in a way that it gave me hope. You know, our daughter wanted to be into animal science since she was 5 years old. She wanted to be a veterinarian. And nobody in my family or my husband's family or our friends had anything to do with animal medicine. We don't even have many doctors in our families, you know, is we are more about money making and businesses and industrialists. That's what I've seen all my life. My dad is one of them. My husband is also very much like him. Um, so I found this service aspect of my daughter when she was 5. And both me and my husband nurtured it. And we just wanted her to be. And we didn't know, you know, what the outcome would look like, but we were very, very honest in our approach. We let her do what she wants to do. She was a scholarship student. She pursued, her discipline is number one in her space of learning. And in that process, I found that when she was applying to her college system, Mohit, you know, and it was nerve wracking, to be honest, you know, being her mom. I really
It is
was,
there for almost all parents,
yeah.
the college experience.
And I'll be so honest, I was that mom who wanted my daughter to be in an Ivy League. I openly accept it. It was like, you know, a sense of,
You're the lucky ones because you knew what her career path would be. I can guarantee and tell you 99% of parents, forget about parents, the kids themselves, and probably I was thinking of my own college. I didn't know.
yeah,
I chanced into international CFA, Indian CFA, and FRM, and I loved it. But that was a happenstance for me. It was not something which I planned and went through, right? So but still, the college experiences is pretty nerve wracking. You kind of get the shivers and the jitters, and what's going to happen.
absolutely. And same here. And I didn't realize that so much that, we would be in that space. I am quite a free-minded person. I'm quite an open-minded person. Education to me is very, free hand also. But when it came to Ivanka, and knowing your own child, I knew that she needed something which was more, And when we kind of very quickly understood that, um, she didn't even apply for, her testing and all of that. And she was invited in, world's number one and world's number two animal science universities, and it was almost like winning the lottery. I'll be honest to you, it was like, oh my god, this is how it feels when you win a lottery. That was the feeling of excitement for us, and to also see that there is hope, Mohit,
Mhm.
that how we talk about how we are always telling our children hard work, telling ourselves hard work, doing the right, being honest, being kind matters, right? That's just a moral compass we have. And
Absolutely.
we saw that converting, and what was amazing was there were many other institutes which rejected her, by the way. And I was like, wow, like these guys know who is good for what. So her niche and what she built as her profile was so recognized in the American education system.
Very
So,
interesting.
yeah,
So the way I understand is, you spoke that the American education is much more accepting, but you
yeah,
have to find your own niche specifically and go for that. And you have to be okay that things which are not up to your uh, core strengths would not come to you, but you have to be okay with it. But whatever is your core strength or your niche, you would get it.
yes.